Hello and welcome to Back to the Feature, the show where we talk about movies past, present, and future. Today we're keeping it again in the present, and we're talking about Jordan Peele's movie, Get Out.
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
Get Out is the newest horror movie to hit the theaters, which I think we've been having a lot of great horror movies come out. I'd say since about 2010. I think every year we get a couple. We just had The Witch last year and Don't Breathe if you didn't see any of those.
Yeah, Conjuring 2 was a strong picture.
Yeah, actually, for more mainstream type horror fans, The Conjuring 2 I thought was really good. So yeah, I think horror has kind of had a really nice resurgence. It's not just slasher and gore anymore. And I think Get Out is another one that kind of fits, I think, the new mold of what we can expect from some of our horror movies. So as I said, this is Jordan Peele's directorial debut. He wrote and directed this movie, and that got me interested right away. I think he's very funny. And I was really interested to see him delve into a totally different genre in horror. A guy that's mainly known for comedy.
Yeah, well, you can definitely tell that this movie is written and directed by Jordan Peele, and that's really awesome. I love Key and Peele. Key and Peele is such an awesome. He's such a great sketch writer. So yeah, I mean, seeing him do an actual motion picture. Shout out to Blumhouse too. They've been really helping independent filmmakers. I mean, I wouldn't say Jordan Peele's independent, but it is his first film.
It's definitely a risk, though. It's definitely something different. You know, I think that a lot of the times, and I think this is the thing I found when watching the movie, especially with an audience, is that I think that what happens to a lot of people is that when you're funny, people put you in this box that you can only be funny.
Yep.
And I think that that's why I got really excited about Adam McKay doing The Big Short. You know, just last year, or the year before, and.
Which you it's
always so interesting to watch these guys get to try to do something else, and I know a lot of the times that this is the stuff they're more passionate about than comedy. They really would like to do something serious, so it was really cool to see him delve into a new genre, but at the same time, very funny movie, I thought.
Yeah, it's definitely a satire. It's got great social commentary. You can see Jordan Peele's personality in the film, but it also it goes places I just didn't think Jordan Peele was going to do, and this movie was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's a great February release again.
I have to say 2017 has been very kind to us. I think that there's been at least 2 to 3 good movies to see in theaters, and that is, I think, kind of insane.
Yeah.
I mean, even, in a month to go like, oh, these are 2 or 3 legitimately good movies, and now we're getting Logan really soon, and I mean, it's just, this has so far been a very solid year, especially for these months.
Yeah.
So, getting back to Get Out, I had to say that I thought that the direction in this movie was strong. The look of this movie was really good. And it got me excited, no matter what. I thought of this film that I'm really excited to see Jordan Peele do more. And not even just horror, just directing more. I thought that he has a really good eye and that he's able to really do a lot of different things with this movie. Like I said, it's got horror elements, it's funny, but that a lot of that stuff does feel very fluid for the most part throughout this film.
Yep, that's definitely the strongest point. I've never seen a film quite like this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect for the time. It's something that Key and Peele does too. Like, they obviously, a lot of their sketches, it's social commentary. It's always poking fun at racism from both sides. And I've never seen racism quite handled like this before.
Yeah, and the tone of the movie I thought was interesting. I thought, and kind of different than a lot of horror movies, where I kind of felt that it was the buzzwords I'll use for this is creepy funny. Like, that's kind of how it felt. Like, it was kind of more eerie and creepy than straight up like horror or scary. And I thought that was kind of a really interesting, like, just kind of tone in a horror movie to have. It says just everything is creepy, eerie, off kilter. It's kind of like a Twilight Zone episode. It's kind of what I thought while watching it.
I think one of the main things I picked up on, it's got really strong camera work. I really enjoyed some of the things that he did. Obviously, there is some tropes in there. He does throw in, there are some jump scares, but I think it almost, like, the one jump scare, the first one, the one that I think it might be the only one, but there's probably a couple in there, but the one specifically, it feels almost like he did it on purpose. Like, he is poking fun a little bit at the horror genre.
Maybe not. Like, I think that, maybe he can comment on that later on, and we'll hear what he has to say as far as, like, the satire that's in Get Out. But, I think for the most part, those were a little bit of some of the disappointments. I felt like where I felt they were trying to make it a little too conventional, and I would have liked to see Jordan Peele just swing for the fences in one of the aspects of these movies. I think that he does everything solid, but I just don't feel like anything really got pushed quite over the top. And I would have liked to see a little more risk in this movie.
Yeah, he definitely does a few things, especially in the opening scene. There, and then throughout the movie, there's other moments too where some of the tension and the build up to these different scares or different things, I think he builds the tension really well. And it's pretty awesome for a first time directorial debut. I loved a lot of the things in this movie. The whole movie was extremely entertaining. It's got great payoff. It was just a really, really fun experience. I had a blast going to see this in the theaters, laughing a lot and being creeped out genuinely at different times, and then just really enjoying the social commentary.
I definitely thought, though, in my audience, there was a lot of awkward laughing, some spots that maybe I think that, like, people quite didn't know what to make of this movie a little bit, and I think that tone is very fun because it's very new and it feels very fresh. Like we said earlier, there's not a lot of movies that I can say tonally are the same as Get Out. And yeah, it was just a very entertaining movie to watch throughout, no matter what it was doing. If it was trying to scare you, if it was trying to creep you out, if it was trying to make you laugh. And I think it does all of those things well.
Shout out to the cast, too. Daniel Kaluuya? Am I pronouncing that right?
Kaluuya sounds great, though, right?
But no, he was really good in this movie. And if you guys recognize him, he was in Sicario. He was the partner.
That's right.
Yep,
yeah, and then
movie.
Also in
which he's pretty good in every scene that he's in that movie.
And then Black Mirror as well.
Yep, Black Mirror, and he's going to be
fantastic in Black Mirror.
And he's going to be in Black Panther.
That's right. Yeah. So, I think get used to seeing him. I think he's really talented, and he carries this movie really well. I think that his character was very interesting, and I think that he did a lot with very little, and I think that. Well, I mean, not that the movie gives you little, but I think he's very subtle about the way that he goes about how he represents these things with his character.
Yeah, I think overall his character is written really well in the movie. Better than a lot of horror movies in general.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So he's a very developed character, and you definitely have his back throughout you feel really engaged with the character, and that's important in any movie.
I think all the acting, like Catherine Keener as well, she plays the mother of the girlfriend. And she's really good. I really liked Catherine Keener. I've always been a fan, but I thought she was really good in this.
Bradley Whitford.
I was excited for Bradley Whitford. I wish that we got a little more maybe with him, but he's always funny to me. I really love just the way he delivers some of his comedic lines.
I hope he stays in with the meta horror. I mean, seeing him in the cabin in the woods, he was awesome. The merman. Gets him at the end of that. But yeah, it was fun seeing him resurface again. And the whole cast is really well. Really well done.
But yeah, overall, a really enjoyable movie. And I think that I don't quite see it as being like pure horror. I think it's almost more of a psychological thriller at the end of the day. I mean, it's got some out there things, especially in the third act. But I think for the most part, though, I think that it more sits in that psychological thriller thing than being a straight up horror movie. So it's very interesting and definitely one to check out if you like horror movies. If you want to also laugh at something, maybe you kind of have a dark sense of humor, I think you'll really enjoy Get Out. So, John, I think we've discussed the movie quite a bit. What's your final grade for Get Out?
Well, Get Out, let's see. I'm giving this film a B+. I was thinking A-, but I think B+ is appropriate. There are some things we were talking about, the tone he doesn't really capture the tone perfectly. There's some things that kind of go all over the place, but is extremely enjoyable. I can't wait to see more films written and directed by Jordan Peele, that's for sure. It's a great time. Go out and watch Get Out. It's a blast.
All right, yeah, for me, I am definitely enjoyed Get Out. And I'm going to give Get Out a B. There's some things for Jordan Peele to tighten up. The visual part, though, is not one of them. I think that's one of the strongest suits of this movie. It is a crisp, well-shot movie. There's some just great camera movement, and he knows how to set up some horror shots. Yeah. Though there was some things where there's a wonderful opening sequence that is just great horror. The way that it's set up with the camera. But then there's some stuff in there where there's some kind of more of the basic jump scares. I was a little disappointed that there was some of that stuff in there. I felt like he showed us that he could be creative and do it in a way that doesn't really rely on some of the cheaper tricks we see a lot of horror movies go with. That being said, though, I think that he does so many things in this movie really well as far as the story and the characters. I just don't feel like he knocks out of the park any of those things. Like I wish that there was maybe a little bit more dice rolling, where this feels very measured and maybe a little studio in that way, where like, okay, comedy guy, we're gonna do this horror movie, but you know what I mean, you're on a little bit of a tight leash. So hopefully this means that if this is successful, Jordan can get some more, we're on first name basis now. But Jordan Peele can get, some more freedom to maybe push it a little bit more. But this, as far as a directorial debut, I thought was really, really excellent and another valuable horror movie, I think, to add to the really great horror that we've been getting since about 2010. So everybody, that has been our short, non-spoiler review today of Get Out. I hope you guys check this one out. There's been a lot of really good movies so far in 2017. Go see in the theaters, so get off your butts and go see them. You can find us on YouTube at BacktoFeature. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/BacktoFeature. You can also like and subscribe here on YouTube. Comment down below. We'll talk to you guys about movies all day long. I've been Giovanni Carlo.
And I'm John Vanderloop.
And we'll see you guys next time.
No.